In section 2, we're going to look at formats and heading levels. So you want the overall design to be visually appealing and professional looking. And while there may be presented in a number of formats, the design should have headings that highlight major points so that the reader can see the flow of ideas. Many corporations have templates or reporting software to make it a more standardized look in terms of formats and heading levels. And I want to mention third person here. It makes the idea sound less objective since it removes direct reference to the writer. I have talked about this before, but my husband, when he sends an email to students, sometimes I'll edit it to make it sound better, and it makes it a little more formal. Instead of saying you need to do this, or you didn't submit the assignment on time, the assignment was submitted late. So it doesn't sound like you're like pointing the finger at the person. So some typical format reports, and I believe we talked about this in the previous section, and we did. PDF, so it's giving you the definition here. This is an Adobe document, and it condenses documents while preserving the formatting and the graphics. Slide deck is a digital slideshow that can be sent by email or posted on the internet or accessed on a company intranet. Infographics are visual representations of data or information. A memo format is a report that begins with essential background information using standard headings, so it has the date, to, from, subject, and it differs from regular memos in length, the use of headings, and deliberate organization. Templates are digital forms made available on the company intranet or the internet, and they're suitable for repetitive data such as monthly sales reports, performance appraisals, merchandise inventories, and personnel and financial reports. Letter format is, it really contains, it's just a standard letter. It contains the date, the inside address, salutation, the complimentary close, and they're a little bit longer and more carefully organized than typical letters. So this is when you're using that office stationery. Manuscript is usually printed on plain paper without a letterhead or memo header. It begins with the title, and then it's followed by systematically displayed headings and subheadings. All right, now let's look at effective report headings. There are functional headings. These are 1 or 2 word labels that show the outline of a report, but they don't really provide insight about the contents. Talking headings provide more information and they spark interest. So I'm going to show you example of functional and talking headings. So here are functional headings. Just see how it just kind of shows you. It's going to give you the background, the findings, the personnel, production costs. But talking headings are going to give you more information. More colleges offer sustainability courses. Survey shows support for campus recycling programs. So it's not giving you the label of it. It's actually giving you the information. Instead of just putting findings, it's giving you the findings. And then sometimes you use combination headings. So introduction, that would be a functional heading, but students increasingly proactive about sustainability, that's a talking heading. Same thing here, Sustainability recommendation is a functional heading. Switching to drought-resistant landscaping is a talking heading. So here are a few basic guidelines to create the most effective report heading. Make sure you use logical heading levels. Capitalize and emphasize carefully. Don't do too much capitalization. If you're going to bold it, you probably don't need to italicize it. Just pick one of those balance headings within levels. For short reports, use 1 or 2 heading levels, and I'll show you that. Include at least 1 heading per report page, but don't end the page with a standalone heading. Apply punctuation correctly and keep headings short but clear. So I'm going to show you a model document that illustrates and discusses commonly used heading formats for business reports. So here is the model document. So you have a 2-inch margin here. And then the title, we're going to make it a little bit bigger, 14 point, and bold. And they have it all caps. I don't usually use all caps, but you can. I think that's a little too much, but either way would be fine there. You just want it to stand out. So you want to, here they're placing their major headings in the center. And it says capitalizes initial letters of main words. And then here you're going to start at the left margin with the rest of your headings. And so this would be a second level heading. So your first level heading is going to be centered. Then your second level heading is going to be just a little bit smaller. And then list the data in columns with headings, and then you have a little bit of white space in between these paragraphs. And this is just kind of showing you the way that you would do your headings following those guidelines. And this can be found in your book. This is Model Document 9-2.